Here we see compositions once again rounded out to 4, which is just an astronomically large gap for G2. Obviously, you're at 2-1. You do have another series after this, but last year things started collapsing after this sort of point. We all know, NRG beating G2 in that 2-2.
In that flash, but Mickey.
Oh, Faker goes in with the Spirit Rush, the Charm landing as well, and Mickey is done for. First blood in the first 2 games. Mickey dies. Oner takes the kill.
By Ari. Actually heading towards Broken Blade rather than the Void Grubs.
Yeah, he's looking for this play down towards the bottom side. Broken Blade flashes immediately met with a fist in his face. Broken Blade trying to get away from this. Obviously, has to try and escape from Oner, who flashes forward. Another Vault Breaker. Broken Blade trying to dodge it. Oner holds it forever. Oner finds another as Broken Blade can't escape his clutches.
There was no escape.
Everyone's like...
Oh, Mickey looking for the hook here. So Yike can come in with the paranoia. There's the depth charge as well. The chase forward. Kerry has joined his mid laner. Faker flashes away. The ignite ticking on him won't be enough. That's the stun into the shield of the Wraith. They break into the solar flare, into the death of Yike. Robin, your nose was hurt.
Outside.
Oh, Zeus flashes away. He's hit with a house. And Caps and Broken Blade find a kill. Carrier is looking to collapse here as well as Gumayushi, but this tower is already quite low, down to 1 plate remaining on it. Carrier going in with the Zenith Blade. Gumayushi there with the Deadly Flourish as well. Broken Blade still pretty tanky though. Yike's here to join the fray. Has the paranoia. Can't go into Guma, but there's a flash and a barrier on that AD carry, making it a little bit more suspect to go for the dive. Mickey and Hansa are starting to collapse, and this will be first tower over to G2.
Faker even dropped off that top tower, trying to move down to...
Broken Blade trying to hide in the top lane. He's going to TP away. Will he escape? You can see it on the mini-map. The Counter-Strike finds him alongside the cease and desist, and Broken Blade doesn't have a hope in hell of escaping this one. Zeus leaps on his face and taking up the map and make it so much more tricky for G2 to do anything. Charm wide there by Faker, but he's just creating space. The solar flare hits. Hansama has to burn the cleanse, and Zeus is on the flank. The counter strike. Hansama flashes it. Riftail charge forward. Zona can jump across that wall and look for Hansama. Yike with a fear, only onto Zeus. They're looking for the damage. The shockwave will find him. Hansama surviving up towards the top side for as long as he can in the face of Oner, but now he's down and Carry is down alongside him. G2 find 2, knowing that Caps is there. The paranoia coming out as Mickey and Yike look to collapse. A flash away from the shockwave from Zeus is gorgeous.
And he's gone in.
He still gets the Gnar into the wall. The backline, Gumayushi flashes away. The shockwave, I think, maybe a little bit early there as Broken Blade is forced low. Spirit Rush forward by Faker as T1 begins to collapse. And Mickey's burst on the menu again. Faker with a Spirit Rush across the wall, looking for Yike. No curtain call connects, and G2.
They could get collapsed on from behind.
There's a pincer movement brewing here.
Teleport.
See the TP behind, that's
Faker.
Counter TP being used by Broken Blade. Curtain Call coming in as the stopwatch is used. Dion onto the backline, jumps Gumayushi, a good shockwave as well onto Zeus. And now we see Hansama having to try and get away from this. Oner going in as he puts the damage down onto Caps. Oner flashing away, Zeus the same, the killer instinct from Hansama gets Zeus in response. Now Faker diving around the fight, a hook coming out. Broken Blade trying to get into the Mega Gnar. He'll jump on their heads. Goomba stopped them, Faker escaping. Carrier slammed into the wall. On the top side, Yike killed off Gumayushi, and G2 vision. I love the not using the shockwave, but immediately they do! Paranoia in, Faker down, solar flare onto the backline as well. We see Hansama falling for it, Mickey trying to get into this fight. Broken Blade on his way across as well. Carrier, Oner there as well with Gumayushi trying to get away. Doesn't have the flash. Oner doesn't. Carrier goes back in with the Zenith Blade. He's a sacrifice. A sacrificial lamb for G2. As there's 2 more on the board for them. Keep the pace. Push going in. Oner looking for that back line. The solar flare hits 2. Paranoia coming out. Oner can't go in with the engage. Zeus now locked out. Pops a stopwatch to buy himself a little bit of time. He's feared though. The shockwave hits onto Oner as he looks for the engage. Goes in with the cease and desist. The Guardian Angel still sitting on Oner's shoulders. Will bring him back to life. Broken Blade with a good double Gnar into the wall. Oner trying to get back in with that shield from the Vault Breaker, but he will fall. Faker can't escape Broken Blade. Gumayushi now trying to dance his way away, but the eyes are on Carrier for G2. They're looking for one more. Gumayushi will have the fleet, will have the move speed from this Jhin. Broken Blade chucks a house out, can't quite land it onto Guma's back. Caps with the dissonance. There's the slow from the red buff. They dodge the captive audience, and Guma's down 2. An ace for G2.
We'll see here. You even have another stasis built by Hansama. It's just so durable for G2. They're just bullying them.
Solar flare, Hansama dodges, only gets slowed. Broken Blade goes in with an arm only onto Oner. Zeus is TP'd in behind, and he dives onto Hansama immediately. And Hansama has a stopwatch, but he doesn't have much life left afterwards. He manages to get away with the killer instinct, but Mickey and Caps are already down. Oner face plants the wall this time. Broken Blade left it to his own devices, and T1 clean him up. The flash in from Zeus with a counter strike. Mickey trying to stretch line his way out of this one, but Faker's on the chase, as is Carrier. And Mickey, those hooks are sending you to Davy Jones's locker. Faker will take it, T1 will take the fight.
Mickey is gone 6 feet under, but G2 cannot fathom how T1 have got in behind them so consistently. It was a delay played on the TP. It's a delay take on Mickey because 50 seconds until Dragon will deny a lot of control to G2. But T1, again, these great
Here's the Drake. They're looking up towards the top side. Zeus caught out with the paranoia, gets the counter-strike, but there's the fear as well. The killing instinct coming in from Hansama as they look to catch out Zeus. The rest of T1 trying to come back to defend their top laner, but Zeus will be down before they can get there. G2 find one. They lost the Drake, they lost the soul, they go mid, Kobe. They can hear your call. G2 knocking on the doors of the Nexus now is T1 trying to defend.
Shockwave is still up and available for Caps. You have to be so careful as T1 as he tries to...
What he needs to do is get into this pit, and he might be able to snipe this away. The curtain's open, an encore for Gumayushi. Ona gets into it! And he takes it! Ona will pay the ultimate price for his ability to steal the Baron. He keeps... In a few seconds time for T1, there they are, they'll help them defend. Faker goes in, death charge, Shockwave! There's two knocked up, but Zeus is already on the backline. The Gnar coming out from Broken Blade as well. Zeus is doing so much work. Caps down, Hansama running for his life. Faker charms up Broken Blade. Zeus is just ripping through G2. Faker survives on the backline. Yike trying to do everything he can. The paranoia will help him take out his enemy jungler. Hansama trying to survive here. Zeus has to call off the chase, but T1 once again hold on to the game. The Caps is the one they dive into and immediately assassinate him. Caps is swimming with the fishes and Hansama is going to join him. T1 immediately pounce and G2 don't know what hit him.
T1 are forever clutch and G2 are finding out about it in the world.
To defend their world title.
A minute left on this Elder Dragon as well means that 2 more waves that you have to try and hold off. But I don't even know if you get that. Team 1 can just start to look at Nexus turrets off this wave.
It's got to be something miraculous. You've got a GA on Gumayushi, you've got Faker with the Spirit Rush, the curtain's open. I don't think G2 is getting a second act. The dive onto the backline by Yike, but immediately he is low. Caps already assassinated on the back, and T1 are just ripping them to shreds. T1 absolutely melting G2 under their Nexus towers. History doesn't repeat itself, but it damn well rhymes. It's another Friday, it's another T1 win.
Monumental stuff from T1.